Guys, take the videos entertainment only. I'm not a financial advisor, and of course do your own due diligence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.
What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. I hope, of course, you are all well. My name's Damien and welcome to the channel. This is your first time. Please like, please subscribe. Help me grow this channel, guys. You know I really do appreciate it. Today's video is a stock that we've covered many times, and we will continue to do so because I massively believe in what Argo blockchain is all about. Now, it is highly priced. It's maybe overpriced. We've talked about that in the last video, and we're going to look at the share price and we're going to have a look and see what sort of happened over the last 3-4 weeks since we last covered it. But before we get into it, I just need to remind everyone to get diversity in not only their portfolio but also their brokers. Imagine if your broker went bust, what would you do? Yes, FCA covers you. You would get your money back after many months of probably having to claim. It would be a nightmare, guys. Get several brokers. One of the brokers I would recommend would be Free Trade. Click the link below, you'll get a free share of the £200 by doing so. Spread your money across all the brokers, guys. Protect yourselves. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Argo blockchain, guys. Love this stock. We've talked about it before. We've talked about all the good things. We've talked about some of the delays and some of the bad things. I'll share the link here to the last video, and within that then you'll have every link to every other video. This video is just to talk about what we sort of touched on last month. We talked about the issues around Bitcoin in China specifically. There's a big clampdown there. You know, there's energy usage, all this sort of bad stuff that's come out. That's a concern. That has dragged down Bitcoin price. Argo is really linked with Bitcoin. We've seen the issues with even Elon Musk since his big ramp up right up to the SNL appearance when he's talking about Doge. Everything in the crypto scene was really throbbing. It kind of pulled back on the back of that. Then he said about Tesla's energy concerns with Bitcoin. I've talked about my whole thought process behind that. In short, he's adding to the problem because he has the solution to the problem. So I think that's what that whole play is about there. But ultimately, it is all affected Bitcoin and crypto. Crypto has fell massively. Anybody that sort of bought in 2 odd months ago will have seen in and around about a 50% decline. Now it's bounced back a little bit and the uncertainty is there. We don't know what way Bitcoin's going to go. Some people say it's about to take off. Others will say it'll pull back more. So it's a very squeaky bum time, as I like to say, as Alex Ferguson would say. It is a nervy time to be holding anything to do with cryptocurrency because it is highly speculative. It is unknown what way the future is going to go. But me as an investor, and this is only my thoughts, guys, you must do your own due diligence. I believe there is a big future for cryptocurrency, and any short-term volatility is irrelevant. You should try and buy dips or just hold, because when you buy, you're buying at that price because you thought it was a good price and you're buying it for the future. So if it does pull back 20, 30, 40, 50%, it's irrelevant really. Either buy the dip or hold long, because cryptocurrency, in my opinion, will go to the moon. And like I said, it is tied in with Argo. So if Bitcoin goes to the moon, Argo should go to the moon. So hopefully that's made it very clear, because we're going to look at the charts now, which shows a bit of a grim enough picture. Okay guys, we're going to go on the trading view here and we'll have a look at the charts. The last time we spoke, we pretty much said that it was in this channel. It was kind of going sideways, building up into a good bit of support, and it was hard to know what way it would go. I did say that following any previous top-ups that I was done topping up and I wanted to see what way it was going to go. And ideally, I wouldn't be buying until at least I seen 110 and I would have a look at the assessment then. We've just been bouncing along, guys. It hasn't really done anything. We covered a video in and around the 7th, so it was down at this price. And yeah, we've went up and we've went back down. And now something to point out, and I've got it on the EMAs here of the 100 and the 200. The reason I don't have the 50 is because this is a long hold, guys. I'm not interested in the short-term volatility. I'm very much interested in how is this stock looking over the longer period. So 100 and 200, as you can see here, guys, we have fell below the 100, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And we are pretty much right on the 200 moving average here. Volume's obviously a key indicator. And if we just historically look back on it, high volume, guys. Momentum stocks get a lot of high volume. High volume shoots up, high volume shoots up, went down. What happened here? We fell, but we also got a nice bounce back, gain the high volume. And if we scroll down here, we can see volume's quite low. and it's probably the lowest that it's been in a long time right now. If we look at the R chart, we're well underneath the 200 and 100 now, guys. We're moving along here. We're still sort of touching this, but we're still in this channel, so I'm okay with kind of how this is going sideways. And if you actually pull out the chart here, guys, we can kind of see, you know, it's the 8th of February really at this kind of support level. We did test it here when we went down, we went above it, and once we went above it, we really haven't fell below, and that sort of big initial test was the 8th of January. Pretty much a month later, we broke through it and we've stayed there. So there is good support at this level. We've talked about it before, in and around that sort of 110, 120 mark. That is the bottom, and I'm just waiting because we've seen it in and around here fall just below £1. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this level. If it falls below £1, I'm definitely topping up, guys. But again, story hasn't changed. Waiting for consolidation, waiting for a bit of confirmation before I decide to buy any more in Argo. So if we go into Trading Views technical analysis, and again, take this at a high level, guys, because it is high level. All the averages and all the oscillators all combined to give you this. But it says strong buy on the monthly, buy. Oscillators saying buy, very good. On the week, story changes, sell, 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 guys, not too hot. And on the daily, which is today, and this is live, don't forget, we've got a neutral on the oscillators and sell, and a strong sell on the moving averages. But guys, again, take it with a pinch of salt. So a bit of news that came out recently that's worth bringing to your attention is Argo Blockchain Inc.'s Bitcoin-backed loan deal. The crypto miner said that the proceeds will be used to help fund the build-out of its new data center West Texas, as well as a meeting in its operation cash flow requirements. Talked about the West Texas site several times in different videos. Again, go into the archives, check it all out if you want to know more about that. Argo Blockchain said it secured a £14 million loan agreement for 6 months with the Galaxy Digital LP using a proportion of its Bitcoin holding as collateral. Argo added that the deal will allow it to retain its current holding of Bitcoin while also being able to expand its mining operations. Galaxy is committed to creating tailored financial solutions to support miners. We are happy to provide Argo capital financing and products allowing them to scale and evolve. We are delighted to work with Capital Digital LP as we pursue our growth plans and to form a solid relationship with them as a financing partner. This agreement will allow Argo to secure competitive terms on a loan facility while also allowing us to continue to hold our Bitcoin, guys, added Argo Chief Executive Peter Wall. As a long-term holder, I am all for investment. We've talked about the West Texas, we've talked about the expansion plans. We've even talked about the mining rigs and stuff in the last video, which were delayed, and there's no real update on that side of things. But I'm very, very happy that they're investing in themselves and they're willing to take out favorable loans, guys. I've no problem with that. We've talked about all the big companies in the world right now taking advantage of low interest rates. It's standard practice. Your Apples are taking loans out. They've took out so much loans over the last year. Why? Interest rates are low and they can do more with that money in investing, and that is exactly what Argo are all about. Investing in themselves, long-term holder, any short-term volatility or negative effect that may have on the share price doesn't matter because it is an investment for the future. So just to talk a wee bit more about the whole Bitcoin situation in China, I just thought I'd bring up this, guys, because it is obviously having a massive effect on the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin mining profitability to rise 35% while ousted Chinese miners face delays relocating. Talked about the whole relocating of the rigs. They're having issues and they're having to try and do that. We've had talk about how actually Argo have issues with delays of getting their rigs. And we sort of talked about, well, what's the issue of just bringing some of them over? But obviously it's not as simple as that. Bitcoin's mining profitability is expected to rise in the short term due to the complex situation miners are facing in mainland China. So that's only going to be a good thing. For Argo, you would have thought, could last up to 15 months. Mining Bitcoin is not a straightforward process, and the hardware needed cannot be moved easily along borders. There's your answer to my previous assumption there. The logistics of relocating the Bitcoin mining operation need for months or even years to develop. Some operations might not even be relocated and could choose to get out of the mining business due to fears of retaliation in mainland China. So we'll not say any more about that, guys. That's just a bit of an update, long process. We're getting to understand how long it takes for rigs and operations to be set up. It's not just like everybody can just buy a PC and go and start mining rigs. I'm being very honest on this channel. I do not know how to Bitcoin mine. I don't know how to mine any of the cryptocurrency. I don't think it really matters too much. Probably would be better to know. I'll hold my hands up. Maybe in time I will get an understanding better of how it's done. But for the purposes of this, guys, They're hopefully going to be able to get their rigs. I would love to get an update on that soon. That is vital. But I'm content that this situation to me will only help Argo. If China is not going to be able to mine more, it means that Argo get more for them. But another thing that I want to bring your attention, if you go onto Argo's Twitter page then, and we just scroll down, we see this here: does Bitcoin protect against inflation? That's an interesting thought. Not too sure about it myself, but again, there is people that are saying that it could help. Who knows? Peter Wall, then CEO, he did say this: displaced Chinese miners are searching the globe for appropriate hosting sites for their machines, and that means in places like North America, access to power of mining, especially renewable, is getting harder and harder to find. Interesting times. What's that mean? Is that a bit of a cryptic tweet or what? But that is interesting. So that's the video, guys. It hasn't changed my opinion since the last video or any of the other videos. I'm still very bullish on Argo. I got all the disclaimer at the start of this out there. I've made it very, very clear. Uncertain, volatile, highly volatile times ahead. Please only invest what you're afraid to potentially lose, or you're very much invested for the long term. I don't want to hear anybody coming to me saying, oh, what's happened, or I've lost this, I've lost that. I am telling you right up front, long hold. My intentions with this is a minimum 10 years, unless fundamentally something really changes, and I will cover it on this channel so you're up to date on it. But literally, guys, expect the highs, expect the lows. We will win together and we will get gaped together, and there is no escaping the gaping, guys. That is the truth. It'll come and go. We'll laugh our way through it. We'll buy the dips and we'll hold strong, because I tell you what, guys, in 10 years time, we will be laughing. Sustainability and Bitcoin are going to be the future, no doubt about it, and this Argo blockchain merges both of those. So I'm excited, guys. You should be excited as long-term holders. What's your thoughts? Please leave them down below. Love to get your comments, guys. Until next time, please like, please subscribe, help me grow the channel, and I'll catch you then.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.